Hey everybody, this is Tara out of Holiday, Florida, and man, I look a mess. I need some new colored shirts too. It seems like I think I have 3 purple tie-dyes. Yeah, well, anyway, that's not the purpose of this video. That was funny though. The purpose of this video is I want to talk about it's not a new feature or a new thing, it's a new signature of leadership that I've discovered recently. And I didn't realize it, but I guess I had known it all along, but just didn't really know it. And I want to share it with you. And first I was going to make this big, I love Cedric Harris and Kenny Craig so much video, but I've made a lot of those. And even though that's true, and you're still going to hear a lot of really great stuff about them, I want to talk about the rest of it, because TTO is not all Cedric Harris and Kenny Craig. They just happen to be these particular kinds of gentlemen that attract the best of the best. So basically what I want to talk about is the characteristic of leadership is, in my last team that I was in, I was under the impression that there was leadership, of course, because there were people making money and there were people that were not, and and that's what happens. You know, you're responsible in essence in the long run for your income and for your ability to take action and stop procrastinating about your success. But, and there's a big but, there's a reason why the system is this way, that we're based in these leadership circles called teams, is because we need them. We need to be able to go to somebody that knows more than us to help us learn and grow, right? Don't they say that if you're the smartest person in the room, you should leave the room? Isn't that the truth? You're in the wrong room? Don't they say that the people that you surround yourself the most with, they use it in a money for, you're going to earn the medium amount for the people that you spend the most time with. So then you think about that, and that makes sense. I know that makes sense. I've experienced it. The difference in TTO and the leadership quality that I'm going to ask you folks out there to look for within, if you're already in network marketing, or if you're not, or if you were and you're looking for a new place, this is something I want you to keep your eyes out for, big time. In my last team, this kind of thing used to happen. And it was constant, and it wasn't the only team and that I've heard of. I've seen it 100 times and talked to hundreds of people that have had the similar experience. And it's called FearBased Leadership. And people position themselves to look extremely successful. And yes, they're probably making bunches of money. Anybody can make a bunch of money once. Anybody can do that. What about longevity? And I'll tell you what the true leadership is about longevity. I'll give you an example. Say there's Mary here and there's Joe here. And they're both high-ranking officials in their company compensation plan, and they're in this team together. And say over here is Marla or whatever. I'm just making up names. So Mary and Joe, I think that's the names I had, they have their downline, or their teammates that they brought into the company, right? And even though Mary and Joe are all like, oh, everything's so nice, woo, let's go to an event, and woo, we're so nice to everybody, look at us go. But what about the day when Joe's new enrollee just came into the business ready to go, gung-ho, and Joe is packed all day long. He's busy doing 3-way calls already set up. He can't make the time for what the new guy is trying to get together for the day. And the new guy needs to call Mary. And Joe says, oh no, just rearrange that call for a time where I am available. And the new guy's out. Done. When you have teams inside of teams and these weird things like, oh gosh, I don't know. It was so fear-based. There were people that were even highly suggested not to speak to one another because they weren't directly in their downline. Even though they were all on the same team. The same big team. When you're afraid of your people that are in the business with you, if you see people above you that are afraid of their people talking to other leadership within the team, you gotta kind of start getting a little worried. And you don't want it to be something that you do. I want you to be really comfortable with yourself. The thing about TTO is that never happens. We can come to whomever in the entire team has the particular skill set that you're looking for, that you need advice with, that you need help with, that you need a 3-way call, you need whatever. They don't make any money off you. They're over there. They're not even, they're all crooked sideways, legs everywhere. When you can do that, you are in the best shape of the world. And when the person that you align yourself with attracts people like that, you can't help it but to grow and to grow and to grow and be your leader in your own right. But if you're stuck in a team where there's fear-based leadership and everyone's afraid of everyone talking to anybody, then you have to be all of it. And that's what happened to me. I was so terrified. It was doing it to me in my last company. Or not my last company, my last team. It was my last company, but whatever. I was terrified of my people actually speaking to anyone in my team. Because I couldn't trust them with them. I couldn't trust them with them as far as their skill set. There was not a person in the team that I didn't have more skills than. They're just... It was fear-based, and I was getting afraid because I was so afraid that somebody that would be callous or somebody that would be deceitful or somebody that would be mean would get in touch with one of my teammates and ruin it all. When this is hard enough. When you get the guts to get out there and become a network marketer and you really lay aside all the procrastination you've had over all the years, you put your heart, soul into it, and you invest a significant amount of money, and you run. If you're afraid of the people that you got in there with, oh no. So the reason why Cedric and Kenny are the most awesome leaders is because they're leader magnets. And I didn't realize this. I mean, I knew that Cedric was wonderful, and what I saw from him before I was in TTO was that he opened his doors to anybody that needed him, whether they were in a whole nother team outside of that area or this area, had nothing to do with him at all. He opened his doors to them, and he let them call him for 3-way calls. He shared his leadership team with them, and nobody was at a loss. If you could find Cedric Harris and connect with him, he would help you, regardless of whether or not he was making money from you. And I remember hearing from people, oh, well, he'll steal your people. And I guess maybe that comes from some sort of stupidity from their part, because when people start receiving a ton of value from someone and they realize the people that they invested in aren't giving them any, the moment they decide that they're not going to get the ones that aren't giving them any value, they're not going to continue getting them rich. They're going to move on. And if they choose Cedric Harris, then they're probably smart because they picked the person that was there for them. You know, have you ever heard of this? Jeffrey Combs says this all the time. Your sponsor goes into the witness protection program. That shit happens. Well, it don't happen in TTO. You come in and you have, I don't know, there must be 50 different leaders, all with the most amazing qualities that are at the disposal of everyone that comes on the team to learn from. You got Kelly Hagan. She does a weekly webinar based on how to Facebook market. It's unbelievable. You've got her husband, Kelvin. He's crazy. If you want to learn how to close, talk to Kelvin. He knows how to close people. He has this... I love his style. You got Kenny. He's technical. He's understanding. And he there's just... You got Paul. He's the guy that was on Oprah, and he's got all sorts of financial background, and he understands the mindset of wealth, and you can go to him, and he will get on the phone with you and talk to your people, and he will help you. I mean, it's not just Cedric and Kenny. It's not just them. doing all of it. And a bunch of people down the line scared of each other and scared of each other's downlines. That's not something happening. When you come into the business, when you're brand new into TTO, which I was, you walk in the room and you're among giants. And you can't help it but have an increase in energy and life and drive. And your battery's fully charged and you're ready to go. And the only thing that could possibly get in your way is yourself. Because everyone is there for you. If you need a specific kind of niche training or something like that, there's somebody there in the team that knows how to do what it is you're looking to learn. You know? And when you're surrounded by people like that and it's all moving so perfectly and things are just synchronized and you got the two main guys are developing programs to help you maximize your income and generate more relationships so that you can bring more people into your business. And they're doing this and everyone else is working around just perfect and it's moving like a well-oiled machine. You can't help it but develop the leadership inside of you. Because all of a sudden, when you walked in the room, you weren't the smartest person there. And as you're there, the more it grows and the more people come in, there's no way you'll ever be. There's no way you will ever be the smartest person in the room. That's the kind of room you want to be in. You want to be in a place where you're stimulated to learn more. And continue and continue and continue and expand and expand and expand. And if you're in a team based out of fear, that's not going to happen for you and you need to get some balls and you need to get out of there. You know, and if you're looking for a team, I know a place that's looking for some good teammates. So if you want to develop your leadership skills and be the person that you want to be for the people that you bring into a business, then you need to align yourself with a business where you can trust other people in your business to help your downline. Because you, no matter how good you are, can't be everything. And that's it. Bam! Chicka wow wow. Okay, anybody that wants to buy me some new t-shirts, I will send you my address. So just leave a message underneath here and I'll private message you my address so you can go ahead and send me some new shirts. Bye!